Hello there folks, welcome. It's May 3rd and it's time for video game pickups here. First thing we're really going to do is, if you're a collector, particularly Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, you may have heard about Walmart recently with a bunch of, major markdowns. Not every game, obviously, so it's not like a complete purge, but you may have gone into Walmart and grabbed some stuff with some pretty ridiculous markdowns, sometimes as low as $5. So I definitely, when you can't do anything about it, it's not like you can go, oh no, I don't want these games, because that just means that, it's another attempt to kill physical media. Ultimately, you still have to cash in when you can on it, but I thought I'd bring up what I was able to get out of it. Not any of the ones that I really wanted to pick up, like Fire Emblem Engage for $20 or Nier Automata for $10, but if anybody else probably got some of these this month. Let's start with, I don't even know if this was a huge part of that markdown, but Disney Illusion Island. I got that for $20, which was the price point I was waiting on. I just really love the art style and the co-op platforming and stuff. Obviously, the Illusion games on Genesis are great. I don't even remember if I got this from Walmart or somewhere else, but this was like $10. This was Everybody 1-2 Switch. For what it is, I actually do enjoy 1-2 Switch, and an update to that, especially one that does like the Jackbox thing and uses your phones and stuff, is pretty cool. It's just crazy that the first one wasn't a pack-in, which we've been over ad nauseum that's what it should have been. And then this was so weird. It was it just came out to zero fanfare whatsoever, and has obviously just already been dropping in price pretty majorly. But I do definitely want to try this at some point and see if there's anything worth checking out in it. I did get a Lego game for $5. Lego DC, actually 2 Lego games. Lego DC Super Villains. So that'd be pretty cool. I do like the villains, particularly the Batman villains, especially the very stupid ones like Calendar Man and Sherlock Holmes and stuff. So that'll be fun to see what's going on with this. There, some PS5 games. This was a pretty cool pickup, actually. This is Lego 2K Drive, which I know was on PlayStation Plus a couple months ago. And the Switch version is not a physical cartridge, so that was out. And I got it on PS Plus, but I had wanted to try it. I haven't tried it yet. It's just a game that looks pretty fun, like a arcadey driving game and everything. And this version right here is called the Awesome Edition, and it comes with a little mini car that you can put together in there too, which is not really my thing. But I like that it's part of this package. It's a nice, cool looking big box right here. And this was $10. I think regular copies are also $10, but they had this one at the Walmart that I went to, and it said it was also $10. So I was like, yeah, definitely. Any big box for a game I'd actually play, yeah, for sure. And then another PS5 game. Probably not the best suited game for PlayStation 5, but it was $5. It's Anno 1800. Which I think a lot of people have probably seen around, considering it got this console release. People might not be sure what it is. It basically is like a 4X game of a series that I feel like looks like shovelware and has looked that way for a long time. Especially the DS ones. Just the cover art just never looks all that well done or anything like that. But yeah, there's some people who are really into this series. It's like I said, it's like a 4X. It's going to be like playing Civilization 6 on your console, which, some people like, and I can see myself giving this a try, but I don't know how long I'd play it for on a console. That being said, though, $5, definitely worth a try and worth a pickup at this point. And another $5 one. These other 2 games are also all $5. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, definitely, a series that I have not gotten into at all yet. I did make sure to keep my Wii U copy of Mass Effect 3, because it's not like that's worth anything yet, and it's to keep in the Wii U collection. But I consolidated this down and got to put this onto one PS4 game instead of three separate games, or rather, I should say, two separate games. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's I mean, it's good. Like, people absolutely love these games. It's just I haven't really gotten into them yet at this point. $5 though, can't go wrong. And finally, for the Walmart pickups, World War Z Aftermath. This is like the complete edition of the World War Z shooter, which is supposed to be really good. From what I've heard, it's not Left 4 Dead, but if we don't get Left 4 Dead, there's this, which is what people have been saying. So that's pretty cool. I can definitely get into a zombie shooter that's actually made well. And yeah, like I said, complete edition. It's got all the DLC and whatnot. So that's cool. Let's go into things that are not from Walmart then. Got some handheld stuff. We'll start with this one because it's a loose DS game. Weird for me to get a loose DS game, but it caught my eye because it's a Rising Star published game. This is called Tofu Collection. It's not going to focus very well at all because it's a card only. But it is a quirky little platformer. It's very off the wall type of thing. I looked it up a little bit. It was like $5, and I was like, that seems interesting. I definitely want to pick that up. I've got two GameBoy Color titles. They're both baseball games. They're both under $5, so I was definitely like, yeah, hell yeah, just give it to me. Triple Play 2001, featuring Mike Piazza on the cover, and this is a Natsume Central League something or other. It's something I have not seen any other like versions of, like this Natsume baseball game. So I definitely wanted to try that to see what their effort for a baseball Game Boy game was. And then this was under $5 and is absolutely from the I Cannot Believe This Game Exists collection. And it's supposed to be like meh, like nothing special. But this is it's called Alienators Evolution Continues. This is a Game Boy Advance game rather, based on a cartoon that was made as a spin-off to the movie Evolution with David Duchovny and Orlando Jones. And I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe that's a thing. I can't believe we got this far and it ended up with a Game Boy Advance game. So it's got kind of a, like, you know, very, very poor man's, like, run and gun Contra-y thing going on. But just like, it was like $4 and I'd never seen this before in my life and learned that it existed that day. I was like, I feel like I have to pick that up. Like, I cannot believe that's a thing. It's like sort of like when I got The Mummy for Game Boy Advance, but at least like The Mummy was a franchise that it had multiple movies and then got the cartoon that the Game Boy Advance game is based off of, and it's not like it was the first Mummy game either. That was just like blew my mind that was a real thing. I'd never seen that before. Two Genesis games, pretty cool. Usually when you see Seismic, it is pretty exciting. This one's not quite as exciting as a lot of their games are going to be, but I did think it looked half decent, and I think I got this for under $15. Air Diver is one of those many, like, cockpit-based, like, flight sims from back then, but it's supposed to be decent, and, yeah, I like the look of, like, most of them were made by EA, and when you look at, like, the EA games on the shelf that aren't, like, the fun ones, like General Chaos or Mutant League Football or, stuff like that, and it's not a game that you're, like, all that excited about, it's not one you want to pick up, but, like, this one, I like the look of it, and, like I said, it's supposed to be pretty decent, so I'm very much more interested in picking up a Seismic published game than a EA published game. And this is Whiz and Liz. Let's see that right there. Whiz and Liz, just a quirky little platformer from Psygnosis about wizards who catch rabbits and shit. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Don't have that much else to say about that, but yeah, I've seen that game before. I always thought it looked decent. I had two PS1 games here. This is just from the XS budget collection, Jigsaw Madness. Another one under $5, definitely. Like, just always kind of funny when you look at like the art styles and stuff that they put on the these XS games from the, I don't know if these came from Simple 1000, because I know there was Age Tech that did that, but there's some other budget line that a bunch of these games published by XS came from. And yeah, if you've seen, like, it's like the very cheap and non-committal version of getting Pieces for the Super Nintendo, which is like an Atlas published Jigsaw puzzle game. Yeah, I forgot to take the sticker off this one. It's for $4, so. And then we have Rollway. Rollway is a pretty cool game. It's got basically, also Psygnosis, actually. I'm looking at the logo right now. It's a puzzle platformer where you play a ball that, like, you can roll along the platforms to sort of escape. It's sort of like a proto-monkey ball, but it's less about physics and more about just the route that you take, from what I've understood about it. Yeah, always like an interesting looking game to me. I always thought this looked pretty cool. I wanted to pick that up for a while, so I got that. One Xbox original game. This is ProStroke Golf, published by Gusto and developed by Gusto Games and published by Oxygen Games. I think this came out like really late. This was, yeah, so it's actually World Tour 07 written very, very small there. This is a very late original Xbox game. I love when people put the covers for, like, golf games, especially, like, past the, like, Genesis era, where the novelty of, like, the PGA games were that they were getting all those licenses. And then you look at these ones and they have the photos on them of the people that they could get, and, like, golfers are not necessarily the, like, cool looking athletes that like football players and basketball players are, so you just have, like, guys. You just have guys on here. I not only had I, like, not necessarily come across this from what I remember, but I didn't pick this up for a long time because I would always confuse it with a game called Real World Golf. That is a crappy game that needs a peripheral. And it was especially a problem because there was a sequel to this game on the PS3 for the Move that I don't think I have. It. But they got John Daly, and it was John Daly's ProStroke Golf, and it was like 2009 or 2010. So I would confuse it with the Move game, which I assumed would be also the peripheral game, but it's not. This game is just a regular golf game that you can just play. So, yeah, that's just a weird. Somebody tried to make a golf game to compete with EA in, like, 2007 and released it not for next gen, and it's weird stuff. Yeah, this is a definitely too weird not for me to not own, but I had put it off for a really long time. Green Lava Studios Volume 1. The games contained in this are My Name is Mayo, Mr. Masaji, and My Name is Mayo 2. So, I don't know what else to say about it. Alright, and then we've got some cool ones. Male Mole. If you look up trailers of this game, the definitely thing that sold me on this, it's very big vibes of, like, Mario 3D World. That type of platformer. So just, yeah, 3D platformer, very cute looking, very cool. And the level design really gave me those vibes, so I was definitely into that. This is a pre-order that I was waiting on for a long time. I had almost bought imports of this for so long, but they were still really expensive, and then the English version from Limited Run got announced. Tiger-Heli, this is, Toaplan Arcade Garage, that's a series, and it's Kyukyoku Tiger-Heli. It's a Tiger-Heli compilation pack with, all of the old games and all the versions of them, as well as Get Star, which is a beat-em-up from Toaplan. It's pretty cool. Which has two versions of that too. But yeah, all the, like, old Tiger-Heli and I think it's Flying Shark, Twin Cobra over here, and Tiger-Heli. I think that covers what you get out of this one, because I know that the Toaplan Arcade Garage stuff has another series, and I think that might be where they did, like, Flying Shark and Fire Shark, which is the Genesis one. So you have really great covers covers these releases here of Tiger-Heli and Twin Cobra on arcades, on Turbo, on NES, all that stuff, and it has some bonus games in there too. Just great shooters, historically significant great shooters, I should say too. And then to wrap us up for this month, this is the Fabraz Presents Volume 1, which is also limited run, but limited run distro. Two very interesting looking games here. So it's Skelly Boy, or Skell Boy, not Skelly Boy. Skellboy Refractured and Spirit Sphere DX. So if a weird like Pong mashup, like retro looking game for Spirit Sphere, and then Skellboy is like a beat 'em up dungeon crawler type looking thing. I haven't actually looked that much into them. I just thought both games looked pretty unique. And I think this price dropped on Amazon to like $20, so I was like, yeah, definitely pull the trigger on that, because there's just some cool looking games here. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this month. It's definitely a big mix of stuff. Nice getting Switch games. I have orders from Play Asia that are going to be coming in over the next... I have one order coming in this month, and I think one in June, so things to look forward to for next month's pickups. Keep checking Walmart, because if this shit that they're trying to pull is going to happen, you might as well, cash in on it. So I'm going to keep doing that when I'm around a Walmart. It sucks, but like, yeah, you get what you can out of it. Just put up WCW Backstage Assault profile, and I will be uploading from the backlog, or writing, if they're already written, or I will write them, other WCW games to the website, and I will be starting, probably today, Star Wars Battle for Naboo. Very exciting on that one, actually. So, thanks for keeping up with everything as usual. Appreciate y'all watching these videos. It's just a fun little inventory taking as usual. And I will see you whenever.